Hi Hannelore, how are
Hi.
you? Please tell me something about yourself.
So I am a singer and an actress, and I also like to coach people. Uh, I'm a real performer, and I love to talk with people on a deep level.
Oh, that sounds interesting. A deep level on musical things, or
About on life, I think.
and
So actually, if I meet somebody, um, I don't like small talk, and I really would like to ask people like, what is your dream or your biggest fear or something like that, but it's not always suitable, of course. uh,
and how does that link with your work, your profile now? Because I understand you're musical, actor, but how do you bring that to your work now?
Actually, I think it's who I am, and it's a way of living, a way of performing, a way of coaching. So I use my voice and I use imagination and stories to make space for people um, to connect, to discover the love in themselves, and courage, trust. So I try to make an impact on people, and my dream would be to, through the arts, to transform, or just to facilitate a transformation in people.
Okay, so it's really interesting you speak about workshops and coaching and facilitating people. Um, If someone walks into one of your workshops, what would you hope that they feel within the first 10 minutes?
I would hope that they feel there's a safe space to really be themselves, that they don't have to hide themselves, that they can be there as they are in that moment. So authenticity, that's what I long for in people, and I think there need to be a safe space, and I try to be authentic and stay as true, yeah, to myself as possible, so that I am facilitating them also to be themselves.
And is that the core of the workshop facilitation coaching that you do, helping anyone be authentic, or is it particular to performing artists?
I Yeah, I have different kinds of workshops. So I have a journey for performers and for people who want to be on stage, who sing. So I coach specifically in how to use their body and their personality to express themselves. But on another level, I would love to make it wider, or reach more people, also people that don't have the need to express themselves on stage. But yeah, I would, I think music and stories are a very good way to reach and to connect people with people, and bring them to what really matters. And so I hope to reach more people, not only performers and singers. And so that's a different form, a different kind of workshop, of course. And I use now as a tool singing together, like without, um, um, just as an expression, as a tool, not as a performance, so that people can express themselves without being on stage, but going to their feeling, or going out of their head, actually. And so they can go to their heart, and feel what matter.
It's fascinating to hear about that transition for maybe performers? Is there a performer in everyone? And also maybe it might be useful to hear a bit about your background in performance.
Yeah.
How did you get here where you are today?
I think, wait, what was the first question?
Is there a performer in everyone?
Is there a performer in everyone? Actually, I think there's a performer in everyone, yes. And I think when we are children and we play, just with cars or with puppets or things like that, we also are expressing ourselves and performing. And for me, the performance doesn't need an audience. It's more about expressing yourself. So I believe that there's a performer in everybody, and I also believe that not every performance should be watched by an audience, but this artistry in people, I think it's a good way to find playfulness and to connect with this inner child maybe, and to go to deeper levels. I'm looking for a word which is like that you overgave. I don't know actually.
I have to look that up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like that you are not stopped by your thoughts. Like if you are like a child, is fearless is maybe a big word, but it's not thinking about oh my God, is what's expected from me, or it has no purpose, just to play and to be free, just to be yourself and to follow your instincts. I think that's a really something that we lose when we grow up, and to connect with that again can bring you as an adult to yourself again, because when we grow up there are so many influences from adults, from society, from expectations, judgments, all these things, all this conditioning, and I would love for people to discover what is underneath that before all this conditioning happened. And if they find that and they are not so occupied with what other people think or what people would expect from them, or you can, there's never, everybody's gonna judge, how do you say that, everybody will have an opinion. So it's good to know what you truly desire, what you actually want, and love yourself without needing to, without needing a validation from outside. And then there was something about performance.
How did you get here?
How did what?
How did you get here?
How did I get here?
Background?
Yes, my
Because
background.
that's quite a particular skill set.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about that background. I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. So, from an early age, I perform. So I've been singing in choirs. I've been dancing. I have been acting in musicals. I was on stage in professional productions from an early age. So I did all that. So that was fantastic. It was a fantastic time because I could develop my skills. I was in this professional context where I could see like, okay, that's a real profession. You can do that. So from an early age on, I knew that I would be an artist. and I knew that it was possible. And because it was a professional production where I took part in, the standards were very high. And then also the context of my family, my parents have also high standards for themselves. So as a kid, you learn from them, and you also expect a lot of things for yourself. It's not that they told me that I had to do better or had to be the best, but yeah, it's just conditioning. You adapt to your family to fit in. So I don't blame anyone. It helped me a lot to develop all my skills, but sometimes this perfectionism has been also impacted me negatively in a way that I was afraid to take opportunities. And so I grew older and wanted to study further, and it was quite complex, like always, I think, and I had to there was some rejection, and I think it's normal, but it was quite challenging for me. And then I got into the conservatory in Rotterdam, so I was trained as a music theater singer. And I think that even in that school, so I was already in like the University of the Arts, I still had the belief that I was not good enough. And so I was always trying to get better skilled and trying to be better. And I thought, okay, if I can sing better, if I can act better, then I will be ready to do performances or do the things that I want to do. Okay, eventually I got better, but it didn't make me feel ready. So then I thought, okay, I have to know, or I have to talk about interesting things. I have to give people meaningful stories, or I have to, if I'm not the best singer, because it's impossible, because there are always people that are better than you, then I have to be the smartest one or the most interesting one. Not one, but I have to give people something really interesting. Okay, but then even that was quite hard. And then my brother is a director, a choir director, and he had some projects where after my school, I did performances, some jobs, but then later on, I studied in Holland, so I came back to Belgium, and I didn't really find my place in the performance on stage, I would say. So I got into coaching, and I was coaching the choir of my brother, and I found out that I was quite good at it, because I had been in the other place as a student, and I knew the difficulties. I have a lot of empathy. I have good skills, so I could really help and coach those people. And I also found out that it's not about being the best technical singer or the best technical actor, and it's also not about what kind of interesting story you have to tell or what you want to teach people. It's about just being enough, just being you, just show yourself and just love yourself. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So I think I can see that in and I can coach people very well, because I really know how it feels to make those standards for yourself and to have this critical voice in your head. And I know what I would need. I would need as a performer somebody that comforts me, somebody that believes in me, and that tells me that I can do it, that I have the talent to do it. So that's what I am for other people, and that's what I'm good at. I can comfort people, and I think also, which is a very important thing in learning skills, if we are talking about learning skills, you have to feel safe. You have to have mental space and trust. There has to be the safety to make mistakes before you can learn something new. And so in that, I want to create a safe space for people to develop. And then I believe that, of course, skills are important, or it's nice to have a really skilled voice and somebody who can sing really impressing. Yeah, that's fantastic. But it doesn't touch me if I don't believe it. If it's just a show off, if it's just to impress people. So if I am the audience, I want to believe it. I want a human being who is just vulnerable in showing themselves.
It's an interesting narrative that you're telling me here. And I want to touch on something we mentioned before in our previous conversation. Is this a good moment to check in on this idea of being seen on stage or in life rather than trying to be impressive, to be great?
Yes.
You're talking about an authentic narrative. Is that what you do to help guide people and performers?
Yes. I think that's spot on. It's about accepting yourself in this moment, accepting everything. It's like when you improvise, that's an acting skill, improvisation, and some people go on stage and they ask the audience, okay, tell me a place, tell me a color and a feeling and a situation, and people are saying things. Always say yes. You cannot, it's a rule in improvisation, you always have to accept things and say yes. Yeah, because otherwise it won't work. If I'm an actor and if I say, oh, you look tired today, and you say, no, you look tired yourself, yeah, then the scene doesn't work. So you have to say yes. And it's also in other performances, if you neglect yourself or you're trying to hide some parts of yourself, then there's a different energy. It's like you are trying to hide things. And if you accept also your dark parts, and also if you dare to be ugly on stage, then it's magnetic. People can feel that there's something happens. You don't have to worry in your head like, oh my God, now people can see this of me. So you have a mental space in your head to go deeper into what you want to perform. And the people in the audience, they also get the permission to also be not perfect. So if you show yourself as you are with all your luggage and all the shit you went through, and say like, okay, it's okay, then people get the permission to also be authentic. Like if a famous singer forgets his lines, people in the audience love it. because they say, yes, I was there when they forgot their lines. So yes, it's a human, it's not a robot. Or yeah, and actually also that nobody is interested in perfect people because we cannot identify with them, and we think, oh my God, it's God. They are perfect. They are not real, and I can never. Yeah, it's not the same as the real connection. It's not even worthy.
I hear you talk about this process of working with performers with self-doubt and helping them to find inner authority, which you're talking about now. But it sounds to me like it goes a little beyond that. In my notes I've written it's talking about loving yourself, kindness to yourself, and as you just mentioned, embracing darker parts of ourselves. How do you work with people to bring that out?
Okay, so if you ask me, like, it's beyond that, yes. For me, it's actually way beyond that. It's only a tool or something, singing and performing. For me, it's about how you live your life. And so in my workshops, actually, I try to make a community, yeah, a society, maybe a mini society where I would want to live, and where people can be themselves and where people can love themselves in order to love each other better. So if I believe that if you accept yourself, and if you love yourself, so if you give yourself permission to enjoy your life, and you also give yourself permission to not be perfect, you don't judge yourself anymore. If you don't judge yourself anymore, or small parts of yourself, then you don't judge other people. So you can live together in peace. and so it would be great if it was bigger than just in that workshop. And I hear it from people that they go to work and they say, oh, I'm not triggered by that person anymore. And I had contact with, I called my brother, which I was in an argument with, and so those are the things that I love most. Of course, I love it when they perform and when they shine on stage. My heart is really warm, but I love it even more when they can spread it, or when they can when it impacts their life in a deeper level. And then your question, like, how do I do it in the workshops? I thought about it, and I think that's the power of the group, because we sometimes think that we are alone with our thoughts. So for example, I think, okay, my performance, okay, we perform for each other, okay, one by one, and I think, oh my God, it was really horrible. I forgot my line. I this note, my voice was like, I have all these thoughts about myself, and then everybody does it in the group, and everybody has these thoughts. And after every performance, I always ask the group, okay, what did you see? What did you hear? Can you say things that surprised you in a good way? What did you like? Or how did that make you feel? So people start to tell the gold that they see in the other person, yeah? Because we forget our own gold. We always focus on what's wrong. And then, okay, I also tried then that everybody is really listening and taking it in, all these compliments. And then we start to share the other thoughts. And then people can hear from each other like, oh my God, I thought that was really great, but that person thinks it sucked. So these thoughts, these patterns that are conditioned, they are not true, because I've seen with my own eyes, she did really great job, and now she thinks the same thing that I thought. Oh, maybe I don't suck either. Like, I think this group is very strong because they carry each other, they support each other in the difficult moments, but they also celebrate the wins, and you recognize, you don't feel alone in your own process, because everybody's going through the same process in this journey, and they learn from each other. They can see each other's gold, and later on they can see their own gold, or they can believe it if the other tell it. And so that is, a way of making impact by working as performers and with performers. But so my dream, or my journey, is ongoing, and I love to work with people, but I also have to learn that my goal is also to be on stage, and to trust my my capacity to reach a lot of people, way more than I do now, and also spread those good vibes. And I think, and that's something that I realized last week, that I went to a performance of somebody, and it was really great. I was flabbergasted, and I was thinking like, okay, this singer and actress tells her story and sings songs, and I was very, very impressed. I thought, okay, my way of doing things, what I do now, is to really go in connection with people and work with them. And if I go on stage and there's a distance, then I feel very vulnerable. Yeah, or I can also, I can perform, of course, I can do things, but it doesn't go that deep as I would want to go. Actually, I need a trust, I need a safe space to open my heart, I think, by interact with people. And I thought maybe it's still a way to feel safe, that I need this interaction, this point in my journey, to feel safe enough to be really vulnerable and to open up, and that I'm in safe space to take my space in the light. But maybe later on I might feel that safe space in myself without needing it's not a validation, but it's the interaction of those other people, that I can trust that these people are really with me in my story. If I would perform something as a solo artist, or with a band, or I don't know what, and so that I would make the same impact on these people's lives without the interaction, the checking, like, okay, is everybody there? Can I? Sorry. Yeah. So that was a thought that went through my mind this week after seeing that performance.
It's maybe a good point to ask about your just looking ahead. What kind of projects and experiences you want to create next? You've spoken a lot about what you're doing now. Will it change a lot, or will you continue to do a similar approach?
Yeah, I think I will continue to build community. and organize all these workshops or journeys for people who love to dive deep and who want to know themselves better and who are lovers for the arts, for music and for stories. So if they are performers or just normal people who love to sing and without being on stage, for those people I would love to organize more things. And I also need to or want to take my place as a performer, as a in the spotlights myself, with a trust in myself that I can also make impact just by being myself. Like I have in the past, I haven't done a lot of jobs because they seemed too artificial, or maybe too not impactful enough for me. But I think that whatever I would do, that if I do it, it will definitely have some level of what I want to bring in the world. See, so it's also about being truthful to my mission and integrity, because I encourage people to go for their dreams, so I should do it too. So one day I will be like a mix of Oprah Winfrey, Stromae, Adele.
Well, actually, on that, I wanted to ask. I couldn't leave you or finish without asking about Diva with Depth.
Yes.
You're the Diva with Depth. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm a diva. I call myself a diva with depth because the diva part is the part of myself that loves the spotlights and loves to be in the center of attention. I struggled a lot with that because it was in the past. It seemed so superficial. I thought I had to prove myself to earn it, to be on stage or to be in the spotlight. And now I really, I love that part about myself. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. And it's because it has the part with depth. It's not without, the things go together. I need to make a meaningful impact, not because I need, not needing like in a way that otherwise I don't love myself, but it's the fuel of my life. It gives me energy that I can make a meaningful impact. So
that's perfect. Thank you very much, Hannelore. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Explaining your project right now.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.